Recently, I have been thinking about what or how I can mentor young ministers, how I can help sow into their future ministry so they'll understand what to do, when to do, how to do, and what not to do. And sometimes you will have situations come up in your ministry where you will have not unruly kids, but unruly parents. You have kids come into your youth group, you have children come into your children's church. You have even kids that love to hear you as a senior pastor preach, and they've fallen in love with the ministry that you're doing. But then the parents seem to give you more problems than the kids do. I was thinking, if I look in the past of things that came up, and it wasn't always as a senior pastor. Sometimes there would be people so critical and judgmental of you, but their kids wanted to hear what you had to say. Their kids wanted your help. But many times the parents judged and argued and griped or didn't agree with the moral advice that you gave them so they would make the right decisions for their life. And you wonder sometimes, why do I got to tolerate this? Why do I got to put up with this and be patient with these people until they come to their senses and listen to what thus saith the Lord says, what the Word of God says? And I thought about it. You're doing it for the kids, because you as a pastor now have become one of the examples that they need in their life. You might not be the number one because they're seeing their parents every day. They're seeing, maybe they have a good relationship with their grandparents, friends at school, but you as their pastor, they see you as someone that is preaching the gospel. They see you as someone that is standing up for God. They see you as someone that is trying to make a difference in their life. They are watching you. They see your life. And one of the reasons you have to tolerate mistreatment at times by people is for the very fact that you're trying to help their kids. And I've been doing an inventory of what I've done right in my ministry over the past 25 years and what I've 25 plus years, 26 years, and what I've done wrong. And sometimes what I've done wrong is I've not seen the fruit that I've sold into young people's lives. And recently we had a young person contact us on Facebook, or I think maybe they even called me up, and they told us the 2.5 years that my wife spent at their church pastoring helped shape them for the rest of their life. And they remained Christians. And if it hadn't been for us coming into their lives at that vulnerable place in their time that they were struggling, that they might have not been serving the Lord. And they called us up and said, thank you for doing this. And today they went to college. They've started a family. And as far as I know, at least 2 of the 3 children that came from that family are serving Christ today as adults. And I remember taking them to youth camp. I was their senior pastor, but we were a small church, so we were like their youth pastors too. And I remember all these things. And if we had not been patient, if we had not worked with the family, have we had given up on inviting their parents and just saying, we care about you, not just the kids, it changed things. So I'm here to tell you, you might be frustrated by the way certain people are treating you in your church. Maybe you're a youth pastor, maybe you're a senior pastor, a children's pastor, administrative pastor. And you might be frustrated by the immaturity of the adults and their lack of desire to become a deeper moral Christian as God has called us to be. Listen, be patient, fight through it, because you're making an impact on their kids. And in the long run, your example could be the very thing that drives them to serve God the rest of their lives. I hope that helped you today. Stay strong. Don't give up on your ministry. If you're depressed, find counseling. Go to the Lord in prayer. Confide in your brothers. You need strength. And I wanted to encourage you with that today. God bless you, pastors.